Hello everyone, hope you're doing fine. Welcome to this new video. Many teachers have asked me to post all the lessons of the third sequence of the third year English program, Me and My Scientific World. I'd say that it would be impossible to post all the lessons. For example, if I post a listening lesson with the framework of PDP, so this is going to be applied to another listening lesson. So just try to not focus on the content of the lesson plan, but focus on the steps. Because the content changes, the items change. So you just have to bear in mind that the most important thing that I'm trying to make you understand is the steps, not the content, because topics change. So you have to focus on the steps more than the content. So in the first listening lesson of the third sequence, Me and My Scientific World, we are going to talk about Dr. Abdurrahman Borwis. The objective of the lesson, by the end, my pupils will be able to talk about a famous scientist, scholar, or an inventor. Here I tried to make my objective clear, precise, and concise. If you want to reach any objective, it has to be concrete, it has to be measurable, and it means by the end of the sequence your pupils are going to be able to talk about an inventor, not talking about his personal life, or talking about, for example, mentioning his date and place of birth, mentioning his famous invention, mentioning his famous or his studies, and that's all. So this is the aim of my today's lesson. So I just want to remind you of the framework that I'm going to apply for my lesson plan. So I'm going to apply PDP, or what we call PWP. It means pre-listening, while listening, post-listening. W can be replaced by D, which stands for during listening. So we start any lesson with a warm-up phase where we try to relax the atmosphere of our classroom, trying to not feel that shift from one subject to another subject, trying to make your pupils feel at ease and feel ready to assimilate input. So I'm going to leave the link of some interesting games that you can provide your pupils with in the warm-up phase in the inbox. Now we move to the pre-listening phase, which is the first step of your listening lesson. Here I'm going to prepare my learners for the listening phase. I'm going to make them deduce the topic of my script. So here I'm going to pin flashcards, which could be very attractive and very interesting and motivating. So I'm going to pin flashcards of great inventions and ask my pupils to name each device, for example, camera, phone, lamp. And I'm going to try to make them name the inventor of each device. As you may know, your pupils have some background that they got from other subjects. Then I'm going to ask my pupils to tell me about the inventors they know. What do they know about them in terms of career, in terms of studies, of inventions, of origins, and so on. And then I'm going to try to narrow my questions, which are going to be interactive. So today we're going to talk about a famous Algerian inventor. Do you know some Algerian inventors, scientists, or scholars? And then and here, just after this question, I'm going to make my pupils listen. Of course, before they listen, you have to provide them with the activities in order to put the image clear for them. In the while listening phase, my pupils are going to listen twice or 3 times depending on their level. So the script that I'm going to use for this lesson is available in the teacher's guide. It's about Abdurrahman Borwis. So after they listen, I'm going to ask my pupils to do these activities. Before they do these activities, I'm going to ask 3 or 4 questions of interactions related to the script. And here, while asking these questions, I am I am testing my pupils' ability to skim, not to scan. Not all the activities should be written. Some can be done orally. Even the activity of answering questions or true or false can be done orally. So you're really free to do whatever you want in your class. You're the guide and you're the leader. And while asking questions of interaction about the script here, I am testing my pupils' ability to skim. It means their ability to get the gist of the script and at least to get the general idea. And then I'm going to test my pupils' ability to scan, means they look for a particular information. Here I have introduced 3 sentences. Dr. Abdelrahman Barwis was born in Batna. He is an employee at Algerie Telecom and he invented a jacket. The next activity is going to be in answering questions. Is Dr. Barwis from the west of Algeria? When did he go to university and what is the highest diploma he got? So here, these are questions of scanning. It means they listen to scan and to look for particular information. I just want to remind you that listening is a receptive skill, just like reading. It means that your pupils are going to receive an input, not like perform something. Then the third activity is, of course, you have the choice to provide your pupils with a Lexis activity or with matching or whatever. Here I prefer to introduce this fill in the gaps activity. I have picked out some words from my paragraph, which is of course included in my script, and I am going to make my pupils listen to the words and try to fill in this paragraph. Then I move to the last phase, which is post-listening. Here my pupils are going to try to perform something based on what they have assimilated and what they have learned in this lesson, and I'm going to ask some interesting questions related to inventors, inventions, and so on. So here this activity does not really require that your pupils know certain structure or use some difficult verbs or a particular vocabulary. They are just questions which are related to my listening and which might be very, very interesting. Is the means of communication you use the most? What do you use it for? Is it a useful device? Can you live without it? And which invention is the most useful nowadays? Of course, undoubtedly your pupils are going to have fun while answering these questions. They have to answer these questions orally, and they have to perform the dialogue with their partners in order to improve their speaking skill. That's all, my dear followers. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any question, don't hesitate. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.